Welcome on in, everybody, to the Run.down. Knicks just played the Grizzlies. A lot of stuff to get into for this game. I'm here with Knicks tape, Luca. Uh, Before we get into all of analysis and all that stuff, commenting on the game, I do want to remind everybody that it's playoff time in the NFL. It is Super Bowl Sunday coming up. So, unfortunately, for those who wanted to see a different matchup, the usual suspects, the Chiefs and the Niners, are back in Vegas for the title. And our partner, BetOnline Sportsbook, is your number one source, for all your football odds, stats, trends, and lines. Obviously, more than just football, with everything from point spreads to hundreds of bets on everything from the coin toss to the Gatorade color. Which I was talking about that with my boys in school today. I think the Gatorade is going to be blue, but don't quote me.
You know what it was last year?
What was it?
I don't know. Sorry, interrupt the ad.
So, just want to remind everybody, BetOnline is the number one source for all your championship wagering. So head on over there to BetOnline to get in on all the action. BetOnline, where the game starts. Oh, where do we start with this game?
We can start off with hoping Jalen's okay. That's probably the biggest.
Yeah, for sure. Hoping Jalen's okay. Dante, man,
he is super good.
He needs love. Love. That three he hit when it was a 6-point game to put us back up 9. I think it was put us back 7.
Yeah.
Up. I was just like, this guy thinks he's Klay Thompson right now, and I fucking love
it. He might as well be. He's shooting like prime Klay right now.
Yeah, he's shooting like prime Klay. He's been way better going to the basket, way better just beating guys off the dribble. And there's not really enough that I could, speak high. There's not enough high praise that I can give him to just justify the job he's done for us recently.
Yeah. Tonight, 12 of 18 from the field, 4 of 9 from 3, 5 boards, 5 assists, 3 steals, and a block. And he had 14 in the fourth quarter.
14 of 32 of his 30, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just coming through, man. Coming through when we need it, like always, from Dante. Some other guys I wanted to highlight from this game. I thought Precious was big time again today. 8 of 13 from the field, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Even on top of that, the defense just amazing again. 3 steals, 1 block. JB, we know he got hurt. He went down middle of the fourth quarter. Finished it still with 27 and 8. So great game from him. I don't think he's going to be too hampered going forward. I mean, I definitely think he should sit until the break is over.
Yeah. Who do we play next? Is it Orlando? Do we play next?
I'll check that real quick. So it's Dallas and then the Pacers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dallas, Pacers, Rockets, Magic, and then we get
Magic's the last game.
8 days off.
All right, I think we could probably go. I see 2-2. We'll probably beat.
If there's no Jalen, you give me 1 win, I'm happy.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think we can beat Indy if OG is back.
Yeah, fair. I mean, we're going to see, Deuce starting point guard minutes now?
Yeah, it's going to be Deuce, Dante, OG, Hart, Hart probably. Or just Precious start instead of Hart at the 4.
I mean, I'd rather Precious start. I think Tibbs would rather have him start too, just so he can get his freaking Josh Hart initiation reps off the bench.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of Josh, I didn't think he was as good as his box score looks.
Agreed.
10 points, 10 boards, 4 assists, plus 20. He was really bad in the fourth quarter. I thought he was a big reason why that lead just got cut into.
I mean, he was hesitant with the threes again. And I get in a normal game, Randall's there, OG's there. The Josh Hart spot-up threes are not our preferred offense, right? But, dude, when we are this shorthanded, when you are going to have the ball in your hand that much, you're still not comfortable enough to pull the trigger on those open shots that they're just feeding you. That has to be a pull. And it bogs everything down, man. You saw it. I think late in the fourth quarter, he had an open 3, and he was like, nah, let me drive it. And then went into a double. I think the refs called a foul for him and bailed him out.
He got bailed out, yeah.
Yeah, so just not pretty from Josh Hart.
Yeah, I mean, this game also shows why we need another initiator or 2. right? Not only to alleviate the minutes from Brunson and the rest of the guys, but just because the bench and the depth is just cut right now because we have so many guys out.
Yeah. I mean, going forward, we're going to have nearly the entire starting five out.
Yeah.
The preseason starting five, well, I guess because RJ's not here, but hypothetically speaking, the preseason starting five with OG having been traded would have been Brunson, Grimes, OG, Randall, Mitch, right?
If they're all hurt.
And they're all gone. They're all gone. So,
I mean, it didn't happen at the worst time. A couple games before All-Star break.
yeah.
Like you said, if we pick up one win, I'll be happy. And I think we probably beat Houston.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good news on Mitch, though. He's starting on-court activities after the All-Star break. I think that was from Begley.
Yeah.
Around 6 o'clock today. So that's good. If he's returning after the All-Star break, maybe he's back like, I don't want to speculate too much, maybe like a late March.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. He and Julius might be back around the same time. I think Mitch could get back like early March.
Early March.
Yeah, early to mid-March.
Well, so if All-Star
I wonder
game is the 18th.
Yeah, well, isn't this the 8-week mark though? Isn't that what they said?
They said initially 8 to 10 week for re-eval.
Yeah, and I think this is the 8-week mark.
Yeah.
This week.
Well, I mean, I hope so, man. I think they're probably going to play it conservatively just because he's a big and it was another foot thing. Ankle, I'm sorry. But we know we'll probably be getting him back well before the playoffs, so that's massive.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder how Tibbs, we talk about this all the time. I wonder how Tibbs plays it. You think he'll like throw Mitch right back into the starting lineup? I hope not. Because Ihart's playing more than well enough. Yeah, no, he shouldn't. But will he? Because I think Ihart's playing more than well enough to stick in the starting lineup for now.
I don't necessarily, think this myself, but Ihart's making a case that I didn't want to acknowledge when he first started hooping. You know what I'm getting at. I don't think I'll say it either, but he's been pretty damn good. He's been playing starting caliber center. If you pick up what I'm saying.
I mean, good news is trading RJ and Quick did shed salary, so we can definitely re-sign Ihart.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think he probably would have come back anyway.
I just think the vibes with him here are like great, man. Like I think he loves being here. So
yeah, 100%. And especially because they're having a kid, right?
Yeah, and he's best friends with Mitch. So
yeah, that would be really sad to break that tandem up.
Other stuff from this game. I mean, we saw Taj Gibson play 13 minutes.
Yeah.
No
good on Taj. I wanted Jacob Toppin, but we started just throwing for no reason.
Yeah, I know. Malachi came in, hit 2 big shots.
I thought he was. How many minutes did he play? Like 11?
12, yeah.
I thought it's going to sound hilarious, but I thought he stabilized those minutes because the non-Brunson minutes really get rough at times.
Yeah. I thought he just didn't have to. He had to be not bad, and he was not bad.
Yeah, that's all we needed.
Exactly. Deuce got his game off a little bit. I mean, he shot 5 for 14, which is ugly, but I thought overall he played a pretty good game. I thought he went to the rack well a couple times, even though he's still sometimes hesitant going up.
Yeah, it's still not pretty. He just needs to. I mean, his arms are long. He just needs to go up strong. He'll probably get calls.
He needs to go to a foul drawing academy, which
the Emmanuel Quickly School of Foul Drawing.
Dude, Deuce is pretty good as it is, but if he just had a ref bait from Brunson and Quick, such a better player.
Special
things at the Garden.
Yep. The Grizzlies shot the shit out of the ball tonight.
Yeah.
What did they probably shot 22 of 36.
They shot from 3. They shot 21 of 37.
That's disgusting.
57% overall from 3. So,
I mean, They were hitting some stupid shots though.
In the fourth quarter, especially. In the fourth quarter alone, I think they were 7 of 11 from 3.
Yeah, they were 7 of 9 at one point.
And then they had the 2 air balls at the end.
Yeah. Yep. We deserved that.
Yeah. So, I mean, they shot 51% from the field and 57% from 3. So it just shows you how ridiculous of a shooting night they had.
I mean, they do have some good young pieces. I will acknowledge that. I like Gigi Jackson. Vince Williams is good.
Yeah, I liked Vince. I think, like,
Future Nick.
the shooting percentages didn't do Vince like justice with how he's been playing recently, right? Like, he shot whatever it was today. I think like 30% from the field today.
He wasn't great. He shot 6 of 17. Not horrible. Not great.
Not great either. But
I mean, he's only shooting 44% on the year.
His game though is just like, I think it's super scalable when Ja and Jaren Jackson come back. Like, I think that's a great fit for them, and I think they found a pretty, not foundational, but a guy who can really just stabilize.
Yeah, I mean, he's shooting pretty well too. He's shooting 38% from 3 on the year.
Yeah,
you'll take that.
Anything else you wanted to hit on before we get into comments? Another 40-minute game for Precious Achiuwa.
Dude, he's actually been so good. I'm so happy we have his bird rights for this offseason.
I know, that's massive.
Like, unironically, having 4 centers and 4 really good ones on like cheap contracts. Like, Ironhearts will probably be bigger than Mitch's.
I mean, he could just. I think we can pay him like 4 for 64.
Yeah, I was thinking 4 for 62.
Puts him right in line with Mitch, right? Mitch had a 460, I believe.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
I mean, Dante on a 4 for 48 looks absolutely ridiculous.
But Leon Cook, dude. That's why I have full trust in him for this trade deadline. If you wanted to touch on that for a second.
Oh yeah. Did you see the report that Brogdon is not shopped right now by the
He's
Blazers?
Such a loser, dude. He wants to just sit and rot in Portland.
It seems like, I mean, I don't know if it's him who doesn't want to leave or if it's the Blazers who just don't want to trade him, but
I think it's both, probably. It's so
makes
annoying.
No sense. It just makes no sense.
I mean, did you also see the report that what was it? Was it the Catch article that said the Knicks were getting close to Brown for Fournier and a pick?
Getting close, like getting close,
or like I guess like conversations. I don't remember how he worded it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's big. I hope we hold on to Grimes. That'd be nice.
I wouldn't hate it just because like I just want somebody else in the mix.
Yeah.
Bruce Brown's not my preferred option or anything. Like, he's not even a truly great fit here, but
no,
I don't think we can not get somebody at the deadline. Just get a functional basketball player, creator or not, knockdown shooter or not, as long as they can be on the court and not be somebody who you ignore on offense. Come on board.
They just need legs, dude. That's really all it is right now.
Yeah. Getting into some comments. Starting from the top, I will kick it off with my guy Jordan Bubb. Dante's last 5 games. I mean, dude, what is up with this guy? Dante's last 5 games, 28 points, 5 boards, 4 assists.
He's clay, dude.
Absurd shooting percentages. And dude, the way that he's getting his stuff off, I mean, it's not like cookie cutter shots, man. Like, he's pulling from 3-4 feet behind the line. He's pulling, step backs in the mid range, finishing over multiple guys in the paint.
It's actually ridiculous.
There's something to be said about like how we can identify guys whose career path has maybe been a little bit wacky. Just all right, get him in here. Maybe you give him a couple more, a couple of percentages higher of usage.
Mm-hmm.
We see what they could do, and they usually hit more often than not, right? Like, the only guy who didn't really hit on was who? Evan? Which, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, he's shooting 52% from the corner this year.
That's just like That's fucking crazy.
42% overall. That's ridiculous. And I want to see how many 3-pointers he's taking a game.
Chris, this is funny as hell. Chris said, I know the Grizzlies are down their whole roster, but Lord, they pass like they're using echolocation.
That's good.
They had like 4 plays in a row early in the third quarter, and I was just like, are you a G League team? Which I guess they kind of are, but like,
Yeah, no, they definitely are.
what were you looking?
And also shout out to Mike and Clyde.
Yes, sir.
I want to see Dante's taking 7 threes a game. They'll take that
Over the season, right? Not this stretch. Because this stretch,
over the season, it's probably like 11.
Yeah,
or something. Like he's just been ridiculous.
Yeah, there's not. He is shooting the rock like prime Klay Thompson right now.
Yeah.
Being down 6 players is crazy, Ace. Yep. I mean, it's gonna probably be like that for the next 4 games as well. So we might have to get used to it.
Yeah. I mean, it would just survive. Win a game, hopefully.
If we win a game, then that takes us into the All-Star break, I believe at 34-21. And you told me before the season, through 55 games, we'll be 34-21. I would have signed up. So
yeah,
find a way, go 1-3. It's fine.
That'll probably be good for the 4th seed. I think we can still get a top 3 seed this year, dude. Just get a little bit healthy post All-Star break. Bring in somebody.
Well, what's if Milwaukee doesn't win tonight, I think we jump them or tie them.
Milwaukee is 33-17. So yeah, we would tie them if they lose tonight.
I mean,
and they've head-to-head as well.
We are in the thick of things for either the 2 or the 3 seed. So
yeah.
I mean, ideally, right? Like, I get it's really early. You don't really want to be looking at standings too much right now. But like, give me Cleveland as the 2 seed, even if we're the 3 seed. Give them home court advantage. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Let Boston and Milwaukee kill each other in the second round, and hopefully we'll be there to just pick at the scraps after.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be perfect. Because do you think Philly gets jumped? I assume they get jumped by Indy.
Probably. And I'm not sure. Indy is a horrible matchup for Milwaukee too, so maybe there's a little upset that could happen over there.
Yeah, but I don't think we stick at. I think we go 3. It'll probably be Cavs, us, Bucks, 2-4.
That's how I think it plays out as well. I mean, the Cavs' schedule coming up is a freaking cakewalk, bro.
Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't really want the Pacers, but I think we can win with OG.
I don't want the Pacers simply because they just I feel like if you get them in a 7-game series, that's the type of team that, running and gunning so much, gonna tire you out. I don't think it's likely that you go on to win a championship after playing that team.
I mean, that's what we did to Cleveland last year, right? Yeah. We just ran them down. And I guess even though Miami went to the finals, their legs were dead by the end of that as well.
Yeah. Ace, Dante is the craziest 3-point shooter we've had in a while. I mean, he's like the best 3-point shooter on the Knicks I've seen in my life. I mean, Brunson's probably higher because his threes are harder and he still makes however many a game.
Yeah.
But like this 3-point shooting season from him, way better than Evans in 2021.
I can't believe he has that record. I need Dante to break it.
It's gonna get broken this year. Yeah, that record is done.
Yeah.
Steve Novak is like the only guy who really comes to mind besides him, like Dante and Evan.
Tim Hardaway Jr.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. He also never really like got his shine, I guess, over here. Like if he was playing off of Brunson right now, he might be able to set that record as well. But
I mean, you see how he's playing right now. He's so like 32 points one night.
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
3 the next.
Yeah.
Yeah. iHeart was really good tonight.
Yeah, I mean iHeart, man. The shift in physicality from last season, like right after he healed up from that Achilles last season, just been a player.
I mean, remember when he first got here and he was horrible, and then he was like, "Yeah, I've been garbage. I'd be better." And then he's just been like probably a top 12 center in the sport. Is that crazy?
I don't think so. Like
He might even be top 10.
if he's top 10, he's probably like number 10 by a hair.
Tiny bit? Yeah.
But
Let's see. I mean,
here, let's list them out right now if you want to.
yeah. Embiid.
Jokic,
Yep.
right? Got Bam.
Is AD a center?
I'd put AD at a center.
Okay.
Are we putting Mitch over him? I wanted to avoid that combo earlier in the stream, but if we came back to it.
Dude, I mean, I'm going to say the controversial thing, maybe not, or maybe unpopular. I do think iHeart is better.
I think I'm close to there with you. Like the only thing that would make me not say that is sample.
Yeah. Yep.
And we're getting more sample. So
I love Mitch to death, and they're like neck and neck. But I just think iHeart has the edge because of his offensive capabilities. Like he's the same. I think he's the same level of rim protector that Mitch is. I don't think he's so great on the perimeter, or I mean, as great as Mitch is. I think Mitch, his length and he can move his feet well. They're both great on the offensive glass, but iHeart just has a lot more gravity.
Yeah.
And just because he's a passer and can hit those little short floaters, I just think it gives him just a tiny bit of an advantage.
Yeah, definitely. Are you counting Porzingis as a 5?
Probably. He's played a lot of 5 this year for
that's
Boston.
So
what is that, 6?
Yeah, so Porzingis, we said Embiid, Jokic,
Bam,
AD, so that's 5.
iHeart,
Mitch. We're not putting Jared Allen there.
No,
we're not.
No, get out of here.
Brook Lopez. I'd give the nod to Brook there.
Probably, yeah.
The rest of the East, just to run through it: Chicago, Atlanta, Brooklyn, Toronto, Charlotte, Washington, Detroit. I don't think anybody there gives comp.
No.
OKC.
Is Chet top 10?
I don't think Chet's their 5.
Oh, well, I think is Cat. Not Cat. Gobert, rather.
Gobert, yeah. Okay. So Gobert. Sabonis plays the 5, though, right?
Yeah. So maybe iHeart and Mitch are both just outside the top 10. Probably like 10 to 12 range.
I mean, after Sabonis, then you get into like Nurkic, Valanciunas.
Nurkic isn't great. Şengün, though.
Yeah, I don't love Şengün, but
really, I think he's good.
I think I'd rather have Hartenstein than him, in my opinion, because I think I value Hartenstein's defense more than I value Şengün's offense.
Yeah, I mean Şengün's like, if iHeart kept shooting from 3,
like when
it would be like, yeah. I mean he was hitting a couple, but if he kept shooting from 3, that's basically what his offensive impact is. It's the same as Şengün's. Yeah, Şengün doesn't shoot well from 3.
Yeah, I think that 11-12 spot is like really fair for iHeart.
Yeah, and Mitch is probably right around there too. Maybe like 12 or 13. Because we're not. Is Wemby top 10?
I forgot about him. I mean, he has
probably. To be. Yeah. I mean, if we're just going on this year, has Brook been that good this year?
I'm not gonna. I don't
know. He hasn't been that good.
I don't like watching the Bucks. I'm not gonna lie to you, so I don't do much of it. But
I don't either. Just when I see him play the Knicks and shoot like 5 for 5 from 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Every single fucking game.
From Chris, who do the Blazers and Pistons think they are? The Warriors report saying they're gonna be doubtful to move Burks to Brogdon because they want to reassess the future for their 30, and one is a UFA. I mean, they sound like us right before Leon took over. They're
Bring home Burks, baby.
Yeah, they're not going to trade Marcus Morris, and then we shipped him out for the quickly pick, right? So,
and for OG. Thank you, Marcus Morris, for OG.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just really stupid, man. I think these teams value competitiveness post-trade deadline just way too much. You You should have been if you wanted to be competitive and you wanted to promote development through, close games and all that, you should have been thinking about that from before the season. But you didn't. You're not competitive. You got to own it now and be competitive next season. That's just my opinion on it.
Yeah, it's like fake tricking the management too, so they don't make like a ton of changes. It's like, oh, we want to keep this core together. We can be competitive next year, and then they go next year and just trade the guys at the deadline anyway.
That's like what the fucking Saints do every year. Like your core is not winning shit, bro. Stop.
Yep, strictly NFL.
I don't know if that's Erock or Eric, but I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. Do we have to make a trade now? I mean, for fuck's sake, I thought we had to make a trade regardless. But
yeah, I mean, if you read the roundtable,
yeah,
it's obvious that everybody thinks we need a trade, and we just do. I mean, even if it's like, I wish the Bulls weren't so annoying about their trades, because Caruso would be a nice fit here.
I want Caruso so badly, dude.
Because he'll just like fit right into the pseudo ball handlers on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
He's basically just an upgraded version of Josh Hart.
For people, or not for people, but for the Jazz to ask for, what is it reportedly, Grimes and 2 firsts for Clarkson?
And Olynyk, I think.
Okay, so figure probably Grimes in a first for Clarkson then.
That'd be really annoying. I don't know if I would like that at all.
I wouldn't like that. And like, dude, I'd rather give up 2 firsts and Fournier for Caruso than give up Grimes in a first for Clarkson.
Give up Milwaukee's.
Yeah, give
Washington's.
Detroit even, like give 2 protected picks.
Yeah. Jeff's comment every time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time someone gets hurt, the rotation gets smaller. So every time someone gets hurt due to the overuse, Tibbs doubles down and overuses as many guys more. How does this end well? It's just the cycle of hell, Jeff.
It's major
It's
chicken
awful.
and the egg situation. Tibbs is like, hey, what do you want me to do? But they're like, this is your fault. And he's like, no, whatever.
Yeah.
His paper crosses his arms.
He only had his Luol Deng for so long until he ran him into the ground.
Yeah.
And now Josh got banged up again today.
Josh got hurt. I mean, we might get fucking 20 Taj minutes next game.
No, we might actually just get Evan minutes.
Oh, Jesus.
Please make a trade.
Pick up Top and your boy.
Future dunk contest champion.
Yeah. We have UPS in the stream. Shout out UPS.
Shout out UPS.
If you're yeah, I'm not putting that up. Yeah, I mean we'll be waiting for updates and all that on Brunson and Hart. I don't think Hart was any. He finished the game, no?
Yeah, he might have come out. I don't think he came out of the very end. He was noticeably limping the first time up the court, and then he didn't look too bad after that.
Can you check the score of this Bucks Suns game?
Yeah. Why do you have something for that?
No, not even. I just want to see if I can push an agenda and say that the Bucks are better without Dame.
Holy, the Bulls tied the game against the Timberwolves.
Oh no.
They're gonna think they're good, and Cat just missed a 3. The Bulls have a chance to win it.
Oh my god! I took the Wolves. I live bet the Wolves like -1,000.
You're hilarious for that. Oh my god! iHeart clutched up when he stole the rebound. It cashed me out
at the end.
Yeah, I had Brunson 7 assists. iHeart 2 steals. iHeart 2 blocks.
How much you win on that?
Like smooth 15.
15. Yeah. Respect. That's some lunch money right there.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take it.
No updates on Brunson so far, Hawkeye.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, if there's something that drops, obviously we'll get that. We'll talk about it on here.
Suns game just started. It's 15-14 Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Malik Beasley is 8. Middleton is 6. Giannis is 0 for 4.
Bum.
Yep. Booker has 7. Beal went off the other night against Washington.
I saw that, dude. He dropped, like 38 or something?
I thought it was like 43.
Maybe.
I'm going to check. I mean, I don't think they're. I still don't think they're a good team. That's the funny part.
Dude, Tibbs is funny.
43 points on 16 of 21. Jesus.
Tibbs says we didn't close out well instead of getting a win is the most important thing.
Thanks, Tibbs.
I mean, look, I love winning as much as the next person, but even if we lost, I think the most important thing is freaking Jalen Brunson's ankle. But
yeah, I mean, I don't even really blame him for putting Brunson back in the game. I saw people blaming him for that.
Yeah,
the game would have just folded. We would have just lost if he didn't put it back in.
The thing is, like, even the lead was getting squandered before Brunson came in. Brunson comes in, and then the Grizzlies just go absolutely ballistic from three. So it's like Tibbs.
It's lose-lose.
This is the one time where I won't criticize Tibbs for putting Brunson back in the game.
Yeah. I mean, need a couple buckets.
Should I talk about this right here?
Get a little strictly NFL action.
I like it, man. Honestly, I think it's obvious that their number one and number two guys were Denard Wilson and Bobby Babich, respectively. I think it's obvious that neither wanted to come here because they're going to have more security in those other spots that they went to. And for this to be a fullback option, right, for somebody who can, from all accounts, get great production out of McKinney in that role that he was before with Patrick Graham.
Yeah.
For somebody who I think has done great work with a lot of pass rushers in that 3-year window in Tennessee. I think it's massive for Kayvon. I think it's massive for Aziz.
Dex. He worked with Jeffrey Simmons too.
Exactly. He worked with Jeffrey Simmons. He helped unlock Jeffrey Simmons in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And I think he was a top 10 rush defense in all 3 years in Tennessee. So that's been a huge problem for us in the 2 years that Dable's been here. Is this a slam dunk hire? No, but I think they hit a solid double, honestly. And, in a situation like they are in where you're going into year 3, there's a lot of bad publicity about Dable with, his relations with his coaches and all that stuff. There's also just potentially heat on this regime in general, right? With how the season played out and the fact that they're not really in a position to draft a quarterback. So for all those situations to kind of come together and to get somebody who I still think is an above average DC who has a lot of success with putting guys who you have X factors, right, in your defense, a McKinney, an Okereke. Remember, he worked with David Long in Tennessee, and David Long had a great season, went to Miami, got paid. So I think there's a lot of real just kind of easy plug and play fits that you can see with Shane Bowen coming in.
Yeah. That was perfectly said.
Chris, honestly, let the Bulls rot if they want to be the 10 seed for the next bunch of years. I mean, we don't have to be cordial about this, bro.
They were on our ass during last year. They were talking cash shit.
Yeah, exactly. I do feel horrible that Alonzo is kind of fried because
that sucks.
Yeah, but I really started to love how he was playing, but
yeah. I mean, maybe who do they even build around? Because they don't have assets. So it's they probably have to trade everybody and hopefully hold on to Kobe. If they don't hold on to Kobe,
they better hold on to Kobe.
Future Nick.
I hope so.
He can be our IQ replacement.
You'd give up 2 unprotected firsts for him?
And Grimes, probably.
Wow, and Grimes, okay.
Or Grimes in a first. I don't know if the salaries work, though. Kobe's good. He's very good.
Kobe's legit good, yeah.
Yeah, no, his
defense has gotten better too, right?
It was really good in the beginning of the season. Not so great now.
Mm-hmm.
But he's shooting 59 true shooting, 40% from 3. You'll take that.
Yeah.
And it doesn't his defense doesn't have to be awesome. He just has to try.
If he can guard the ball halfway decent, then we're fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Chris, to be fair, if Evan plays Thursday, that means we didn't do anything at the trade deadline. I mean, if we do something, there's more of a chance that Evan plays. Because if we do nothing, then we have as many people eligible to play as possible. If we make a trade, then Well, Evan's probably in the trade as well. But
Let's hope so.
yeah, I just
Sorry, Evan. Not sorry.
No, you're good. But hypothetically speaking, if Evan was to not be involved in the trade, he'd probably play. But he will be involved in the trade, so I'll shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, Brunson and Hart walked out of the locker room without.
We'll take that.
Okay,
we will take that.
Follow-up question from Hawkeye. I'll get to that at the end because I don't want to do too much football stuff while we're in the midst of NBA. From Jordan Bubb. Burks, Brown, or Clarkson, who will be Nick at the end of the trade deadline? If it is Brown or Burks, how do you feel about the acquisition?
I don't know who the hell is going to be one, but I can say I probably want Clarkson the most. He can just give us like a spark plug. I know it sounds like cliche and everything, but we really just do need a guy who's going to come off the bench and be confident and just shoot the ball.
Yeah, I agree. I also think like of anybody, even more than Brogdon, I think Clarkson's more the guy who can come into a playoff game and just go absolutely nuclear, right? And give you 24 points on like 12 shots. So there's not a lot of guys who I look at on the roster and think that that's a possibility for. You know, even Grimes, Deuce, as much as I love those guys, right? Like the only other guy who you really look at besides Brunson and Randall and think that has the possibility of that is OG or Dante. So to have that guy off the bench who also I think can really go to the rack like better than most people probably think. I think that's pretty big time.
Yeah. And like he can we just need guys to be passable defenders with how strong the defense is already. And it's basically just like
did you see the tweet he had from Strickland today where I forgot Clarkson played with Randall and Hart in LA.
Yeah. Power of friendship.
Yeah.
2024 New York champion. Or NBA champion, New York Knicks.
New York
champions.
I don't know if I want Burks at all, dude. I don't know if I want to touch Burks at all. Like
I don't want him back in Tibbs' possession.
Yeah.
Point Burks and point Hart at the same time might just do me in.
Dude. Kobe White.
I told you, dude. Kobe's going nuclear. Sam probably had him for like 50 plus.
Oh, dude, Sam's gonna send me a ticket. Like,
dude, I need him to start dropping the plays.
Guys lacking.
Sam, you're lacking.
Guy wins money and has a girlfriend. I wish I was him.
Always find a way. You mean a wife?
A wife, yes. I'm sorry. Yeah. If we get Brown, we won't score, but neither will they. That's the whole philosophy, dude.
Oh my god, that would be so disgusting. He's been so bad this year. He's actually been god awful.
Who?
Bruce Brown.
Bruce Brown, yeah.
So
the 3-point percentage was 32. I think for his career he was 35.
Definitely better than 32. I can tell you that much. He's shooting 33%.
I mean, the RJ Scotty Bruce Brown lineups in Toronto are just a fucking shit show.
And people are like, why isn't Quickly doing anything?
why is Quickly not getting to the rim in Toronto? Like, dude.
Look at this spacing, dude. Holy shit. I mean, RJ is playing well, which is funny. He's no longer Fat J.
Yeah, respect to him for that. I wanted to hate on him like when I saw him playing well. And then I was like, all right, man, like this is kind of cool though, because like that was supposed to be my Sweet Prince. And he's not my Sweet Prince anymore, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Hawkeye,
just love to see him ball now.
Yeah, from afar I love him, but I love Quick more for sure. Hawkeye says issue with Clarkson is how streaky he is. Dude, I think that's like why he's different.
Yeah, you can take a chance on that with this roster right now. Okay, if guys are healthy, you can take a chance.
Yeah, exactly.
On that. But even like if the Deuce lineups right now, it's like Deuce, Malachi, Josh Hart, Precious, I Hart.
Disgusting shit.
And it's like, who the hell is Deuce just supposed to initiate everything with that lineup? Josh isn't going to do it. Malachi probably won't do it. So even if we have a guy like Clarkson coming in to start chucking, it might give Deuce the confidence to chuck as well. And he also could just play off that because I think he's probably better suited as the 2 guard anyway.
Yeah, like 2 on offense, but guarding the ball on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Deuce's midi has been impressive, and like he needs to go to that more.
Yeah, that was actually the biggest. Swin talked about this a little bit on Pod Strickland an episode or 2 ago. That's only that's what we're missing the most after trading Quick. Like out of his skill set compared to Deuce's is just the mid-range game.
Yeah.
Because he's not an incredibly strong. He doesn't get to the rim incredibly well, and he's not a strong finisher at the rim. So he really needs to use that mid-range game, that floater game, to open up more lanes to the rim, I think.
Where are we getting at to? Okay, I mean, I freaking wish, bro. I wish it was Brogdon, but we covered it. We said it earlier. I don't think he's getting traded for whatever reason, man. Like, it's pretty bullshit, but we can't tangle with a person who doesn't, or with a front offense who doesn't want to dance. So
yeah.
The next one is, I hope so, man. Y'all are both wrong. That's Sam and the mother of his children.
Yep. What? Bucks update: Middleton hurt his ankle after KD zaza'd him. No way.
Zaza'd him is a funny ass term.
That's good.
I hope Middleton's okay though.
Yeah. I mean, that team. I just don't look at that roster and just think good basketball team.
G from Twitter. I didn't get to check that they give an update on Brunson. There's nothing yet. The only thing is he was seen walking without a limp.
He and Hart.
Yeah, Hart also. I don't know if you saw it or not. Hart went down in the fourth quarter, just grabbed his knee, but he seems pretty fine.
Yeah, he'll walk it off. Bulls are up 5 with 1:20 to go.
Dude, they're gonna. I can't believe they fucked my parlay like that, man.
DeRozan shot 16 free throws. Caruso has 9 boards, 6 assists, 5 stocks. Drummond has 4 blocks. Vooch has 3 blocks. DeRozan has 4 steals. Kobe has 33, 5, and 7.
So I took. Wait, you said Kobe has 33, 5, and 7?
Yeah.
Dude, that guy needs to be a Knick.
That's what I'm saying.
That guy needs to be a Knick. Get him on.
That's what I'm saying. Dude, Bam is such a loser.
Dude, I have Bam in fantasy. It's the most frustrating experience.
He had 8 boards with like a quarter and a half to go. I had him 10 plus. He just didn't get another fucking rebound. Mikhail hit his 3s somehow. Paolo got his assists, but Bam is just. I mean, me and Tyrese talked about this on the post game after we beat the Heat. He just hasn't improved in like 3 years.
There was a time like around the bubble, the year after the bubble, I thought he was gonna be a superstar.
He had me fooled, man. The defense is still there, but the offense just hasn't developed at all.
The defense is fucking all world.
Yeah. If only he could do anything offensively. He can't shoot the ball from 3. He doesn't have a good mid-range game. He's not very strong at the rim.
Yeah. I mean, that's the biggest thing. He's athletic, but he's what, 6'9"?
Yeah.
So give me 1 second.
KD got revenge for 21. What trade have you guys talked about? Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. So I took when we were like up 7, I took us for whatever our odds were. I had taken Timberwolves minus 1,000. I took Mavericks like minus 2,000, and I put like $10 on it. And I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be a fucking free $10." Now Kobe White just took a shit on me. It's nice.
Kobe White just decimated you. G said, "What trades have you guys talked about?" We talked about Clarkson for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Coping with the idea of Bruce Brown. We don't want Alec Burks.
Luka,
Brogdon's a loser and not getting traded.
if we don't trade for anybody, will you join me on the Gordon Hayward bandwagon?
I don't know if I can do it. You and Tyrese have both been trying to convince me, and I don't know if I like it.
I just think it works, man. Like, I don't
Anto,
know.
man? Really? Anto's, man?
I'll stay on my side, and we'll see. I'll stay on my side. You stay on that side.
I'm going to stay right here. I mean, people are vouching for Lowry, too. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Would you rather have Lowry or Gordon Hayward? Tell me in the chat right now who you.
Unironically, Lowry. I'm so serious. Because if he's healthy in the playoffs, you know he's going to play every single game. Gordon Hayward could be out with like a sore right pinky toe. That man is fragile as.
Deuce is better than Lowry right now, man.
But Lowry he's the fake Miami Heat playoff grit, and he can just injure people. No, not actually. But I do think, in all seriousness, I would think he could just stabilize the bench unit. If he shoots even decently from three, he can foul bait a little bit. He still defends well.
Yeah. I mean, foul baiting. Fucking maybe Deuce can pick up a thing or two.
Yeah. I mean, he's actually been better defensively this year than he has offensively, and he's shooting 39% from three.
Dude, there's no way that people think Gordon Hayward is this bad of an option, bro. Chris said he'll slowly rot away. He also said he'd rather have 4 white walls and be strapped in a straitjacket than watch Candy Glass Gordon Hayward.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I'm
Gordon
crazy.
Hayward sucks, man. You are crazy. I don't know.
Your boy right here got a shout, Luka. Jacob Toppin.
Yes, future dunk contest champion. I was saying it earlier.
Let's also let's get Daquan Jeffrey some playoff burn too. There we go.
Charlie Brown Jr.
Let's bring back Chase Vet too, please.
Go get Norvell Pell back. Jared Harper.
Norvell Pell just had his birthday. Happy birthday, Norvell Pell.
How do you know? That's so wild.
Don't ask me.
That's so wild.
I don't know.
Shout out Norvell Pell. COVID legend.
Bro, this is a good point. Not just because like I mean I think we have 0 chance to win that game. But the Mavs pick right now.
Yeah, wasn't it like 17 last post game that you guys did?
I think it's like 15 right now. Because I know I think they lost.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No way.
I mean, that right now.
In all, like, I know this draft is perceived as a weak draft class. This is like the draft to get your superstar role player.
Yeah.
It's not like the superstar guys, like they're going to come in and immediately be all-star guys. But if the Knicks need like a bigger 3-and-D win than Grimes, let's say Tibbs wants that, this is the draft to get that in. Or you get your quick replacement.
I know this isn't a draft show, but dude, I watch Rob Dillingham and I think that kid's ridiculous.
He's so good. Prez has his guys. All the guys that would probably fit the best are playing themselves into like top 12 picks. Jacoby Walters, super good. Stephon Castle, super good. Collier is probably going to go before us.
Collier is projected to be like a top 5 guy, no?
Yeah. I mean, he's fallen off a little bit recently because that team just hasn't
Wait, is he the G League dude?
No. He's from USC.
Okay. Who's the prospect who's in the G League? Do you know who I'm talking about?
Is it the Prez guy? Because Tyler Smith is one of them.
I just like
is he a guard?
Yeah.
I can check.
I think he's like a swingman maybe, but like I kind of want to steer clear of G League guys, dude. Like Amen and Asar have been playing like fine for rookies, but Jalen Green
really good. DJ Wagner, I think that's a good call.
DJ Wagner's last couple of games, like I watch Kentucky more than any college team just because they have like legit NBA dudes this year.
Mhm.
Like, and DJ Wagner is tough, bro. Thank God Rick Brunson coached that kid. Like we have the end with that.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
I really wish Reed Shepard wasn't playing himself into a top 5 pick. He's gonna be so good in the NBA.
Me too. I was watching or listening to Prez. I was either listening to Prez talk about him, or I was reading a thread Prez did on him, I think. And he was talking about like how Reed Shepard is like one of the best shooters in freshman history.
Yeah,
Or
he's
something along.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Mavs pick is at 17. I think like
Who does Tankathon have us taking?
I'll tell you in a second.
I'm gonna see. I want to just. I've Tankathon up.
They have us taking Kello Ware at 17.
That's disgusting.
That's
so gross.
That's not necessary. And then DJ Wagner at 23.
Tyler Smith I would take Tyler Smith there and DJ Wagner. I would love DJ Wagner there.
Where's Dillingham? 11. Bro, Dillingham, like, if we go from Quick to Dillingham in one season, like, my joy for the game would be back.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if the Quick hole in my heart can never be filled. Man left an impact. But yeah, no, it would definitely. We just need another one of those like small guard, scrappy. I'm gonna beat you in the most annoying way possible guards.
Yeah. G says I'm scared that we're playing so well, and it's gonna prevent us from making a move because wait for health.
I don't think you can do that.
I don't think so either. And like the Sleepy Leon memes are funny as hell. But he's not sleeping. Like
dude, he made the biggest trade
yeah
of the season this far again.
Yeah. They make trades. And for like I think they've made a trade every trade deadline since he's been here.
Yeah. Derrick Rose, Cam Reddish, if you count that.
Yeah, D Rose, Cam, Josh Hart last year.
Josh Hart and OG.
I mean, even if you want to go before that, right, with this supposedly wasn't Leon Rose, but when we traded Marcus Morris for that first.
And I guess, who do we trade Rivers for, or do we just release him?
I think it was a release, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Point is, he's been very good.
Yeah. And even, like, I think they know, right, when we did the OG trade, the dialogue was they know their window is now. Like, they're going all in on Brunson and Randall because, we have Brunson on the steal of a contract. It's time to cash in the chips. Unless Randall is not coming back or OG, like, needs freaking Tommy John,
don't say that.
I'm not on wood. Yeah, my empty ass head. Unless something like that happens, they have to make a trade because from the moment they made the OG trade, they were telling us, all right, we're gonna make another trade next, at the deadline. So
yeah, I mean they gave up way too much ball handling to not make a trade.
Yeah,
like Julius isn't going to be healthy for the foreseeable future. I still don't really trust Dante's creation, and like OG can create minimally as well. So it's basically just all on Brunson.
Dude, the stuff that Warriors fans are saying to me about Dante, like I'm watching him play now, and I'm like, this is like not your Dante DiVincenzo.
No, Warriors fans talk so bad about Dante. And it's like maybe he just played like shit for you guys, but he is absolutely balling out right now.
Yeah, is Jalen Brunson better than Steph Curry? Does he get more?
Yeah, I'd say so. He's winning more than Steph, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's also not being annoying like Steph. I hate Steph. I'm a LeBron fan.
You and Tyrese, man. You both want Gordon Hayward. You're both LeBron fans.
Both LeBron fans. Both big fans of King Julius.
Of course, King Julius.
Do you think Luka this current team with a healthy roster is a title contender?
Yes, I do. I just don't think there's a lot of teams that can match our length defensively. And we kind of just have two stars who can score at all three levels surrounded by elite shooters. We have elite rebounders at basically every position but point guard. And we protect the rim well. And the team's defense is just like out of this world since the OG trade. The additional piece would be super nice and super helpful. Like I said before, to get guys off their feet for a little bit so they're not completely burnt out come playoff time. But if things fall where they're looking like, if Deuce keeps shooting the ball well, if Dante keeps shooting the ball well, it's basically just Josh has to pick it up even to like 75% of where he was last year, and this team looks unstoppable.
Yeah, the Josh Hart shit, man. Like we talked about it before, but just pull the trigger, bro. Like nobody's gonna have your head on a stick because you missed a shot. Like we're gonna
know you're gonna get like bare minimum 25 minutes a game.
Yeah, like don't give me the out of rhythm.
Yeah,
You feel like, bro, that's just not true. Like whatever.
it's just
I want to like fully like accept and like love Josh Hart. And every time he pump fakes, he's like, no, not yet. Don't love me yet. I'm like, Josh, shoot the ball, please.
He's like, nope.
I want to embrace you, but he doesn't want me to embrace him for whatever reason.
Nope, because he hates shooting the ball for some reason. It's disgusting.
He hates me. He hates shooting the ball. He hates Luka. He hates the Strickland.
He only loves breast milk. That's the only thing.
Yep, he loves breast milk and podcasts.
And podcasts. Oh man. Back to more live comments. Yes.
Is there more live comments?
There's one more just came in from Jason. I think he knew we needed more help before everyone went down. Yeah. I mean, we never know what he's actually going to do. There's just all the smoke, and then out of nowhere, he trades for either one of the guys well below what their projected value was, or just like a random trade out of nowhere.
I'm not kidding you. Look, another sketch fan in here. I'm not kidding you. When I said breast milk and podcast, I was gonna go like this and act like I was sketch, but I don't know if that was something I should do.
That's so crazy. Look at the sketch influence, man.
The sketch influence.
Shwin would have no idea what we're talking about.
He'd be like, "What the fuck are you guys talking about?"
Yeah.
Since there's no more live comments,
back to strictly NFL.
Yeah, I got the football stuff started that you guys wanted me to talk about before. Do you think Kayvon will improve more now since apparently he never talked to anyone besides Wink's right-hand guy? Yeah, so from looking at all the defensive linemen we had, from even Leo, before this regime got here, Dex, obviously, I think Ashawn came in and he was way better than many anticipated. I think this defensive line staff, particularly Andre Patterson, obviously is the defensive line coach, big on hand technique, big on winning the chest plate first, and all that stuff. Way more nuanced than anything Kevin and I forgot what the other Drew Wilkins were preaching to the linebackers, the outside linebackers. So, am I totally confident in Kayvon? Look, Kayvon still has stuff to prove because in college he wasn't great with his hands either. But you saw in a lot of games, the Jets game specifically, if he can just win, he's going to outperform all of his expected pass rush metrics just because he's such an athlete. His burst is probably one of the most ridiculous bursts of any edge in the league. And his closing speed on any quarterback who's like not Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen, if he's going to meet you and he's going to get you down. So
yeah,
the hands is a big thing to me. I also I want to see our S&C strength and conditioning just work with him more on like lower body stuff because he doesn't look big on TV.
No, how tall is he? Like 6'5"? He's
He's
listed as.
6'5", about 250.
He does not. Julius is 250.
Yeah, and
That's 250. And
I don't think
Kayvon
250, but
is tiny compared to that.
look, man, and if it's gonna happen, like it has to be this year because you're gonna go into
Mhm.
year 4 next season. You're gonna have to make the 5th-year decision before that, so it gets it gets rocky. For
Yeah.
better terminology or worse terminology, whatever.
And sticking with the defense for a
Chris
second,
said,
real quick.
"Oh yeah, were you
You think we should re-sign McKinney? I think we definitely should because that's still a question mark, right? Like that's not a given.
Yeah, I think we're gonna re-sign McKinney, and I think he's probably gonna get like I want to say maybe 448 or somewhere around there. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know what safety contracts are looking like. But I do think it's like vital that we keep him, especially in Shane Bowen's defense. Byard had a bunch of high interception years, right? I think he had 9 2 years ago, like 5 a year ago, and like 3 this past year. So if he can get back to that, here you go. If he can just get back to where or how he was playing under Patrick Graham, that'd be great. We saw flashes of it at the end of last year, but I'd love it over a full season.
I think although he wasn't a perfect fit with Wink, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that they might have just raised his ceiling because he is a better blitzer now than he was before. He is a better run defender now than he was before.
Yeah,
He is better in the slot than he was before. And so I think this is an opportunity for the Giants. Like, if you can extend him this offseason and you get Shane Bowen to really marry what X did before Wink and with Wink, that could be a big time value hit. And then, you're looking at a guy like Jesse Bates who signed 464 for the Falcons and is really mainly a coverage guy. And then you look at X who maybe gets 448, 452, somewhere around there. And around this time next year, you're like, okay, this is one of the best safety contracts in the league.
Yeah. And I mean, I think this might be the most, it's probably the most talented group of corners and safeties that Bowen's had.
Yeah.
Because the DBs have been relatively weak for Tennessee while he's been there. It's really only been Byard.
Yeah.
But he can work with Tay. He can work with Cordell Flott. He can work with Trey Hawkins. Pinnock's really coming into his own.
Yes.
We'll see if we hold on to a Dory, but maybe we pull like a Jalen Johnson trade or something.
I love Jalen Johnson. I love Jalen Johnson here.
He's so good.
Probably too expensive for us, but
yeah, I don't think we would trade a first or a second for him.
I think looking at the guys we've hired, especially Brasillo and obviously Bowen now, our needs on the offensive line are what? Guard spots, potentially right tackle. You look at who Brasillo worked with in Las Vegas. Jermaine Illuminor is going to be a free agent. He's the exact type of guy who could come in, be a veteran who doesn't break the bank, and compete with Neal. Greg Van Roten was starting over there in Las Vegas. He's a free agent, could be a fit. Shane Bowen, slot for them this year was Sean Murphy-Bunting. Huge problem for the Giants this year, slot corner. Another free agent, Sean Murphy-Bunting. So
I didn't know he was a free agent this year.
Yeah, I really wanted him last year, and he was one of those guys where he kind of was left without a chair in the offseason, so he signed a 1-year deal with Tennessee, and he was the same guy. So I think a lot of it is, for obviously you want to bring in a guy who's performed and gotten juice out of his position group before, but I think they also, when making their list of guys to interview, right, they were like, okay, well, we want somebody who's good, but what if we get somebody who's good and bring in their guys?
Yeah.
which makes all the sense in the world, right? So that's a big thing that I'm waiting to see. I would really like Sean Murphy Bunting, and I would give myself a big pat on the back for wanting him last year if he comes here. So
Yeah.
maybe
I
I'm
mean,
biased.
it's as important to retain and build up depth as it is to improve talent at positions.
Mm-hmm.
Because we can't really afford to lose any depth on the old line. Like, are Glowinski and Bredesen both free agents?
Glowinski's gonna get cut.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can save about like $4.5 million, which I'll just look this up right now to confirm.
But if Bredesen's expiring, I wouldn't hate bringing him back with some of the Vegas guys because we're gonna need depth eventually. We can't go with like Josh Azudu and
Yeah,
those guys
I'm
again.
pretty confident Bredesen will be back. He played average, which
Yeah.
better than what we have in a lot of spots.
I wonder if Pugh's
Last
back.
year, I think Pugh's retiring.
Oh, really? I didn't see that.
Because he's only even from last season, he said he would only continue playing if he played for the Giants, and I don't see us bringing him back. So this is not like a source who told me he's retiring or something. It's just he said he only wants to
Sources.
yeah, con sources, Greek sources. Last year, Sean Murphy signed 1 year, $3.5 million. So,
oh my god! I mean, we don't have a ton of cap space.
no, after the draft class, I think we'll have about like 28. But he also takes into the fact we're gonna cut Lewinsky, we're gonna move some other stuff around, probably restructure some guys.
Yeah,
We'll probably end up around mid-30s, and if that's the case, like a 3-year, $18 million deal for Murphy Bunting, like even 3 years, 24, like I would really take that right away.
I would. I don't know if the Giants would put that forward. I think 8 seems like a lot. You said he's coming off 3.5.
Yeah.
I mean, with how tight the cap is this year, and still having to re-sign McKinney, and seeing if we want to re-sign Saquon, and needing to keep up depth and all that, I just don't know if I see them going above like 6 for a guy like Murphy Bunting.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not saying I wouldn't sign him for 8 a year. I 100% would, but I just don't know if the Giants can afford to make that.
Yeah.
Financial.
Fair perspective. I think the Giants are counting their eggs before they hatch with Saquon. I think they're just planning on getting a comp pick for him and letting him walk. Honestly, that's what my gut.
Yeah, they get a comp pick for
him. Like it depends on different things like salary and other benchmarks. But if Saquon signs somewhere, he's gonna get paid, right? So
yeah, I could totally see them bringing him back too, though. I'm not gonna lie.
I really don't know, man. Like, I just don't know that. Like, there's so many different ways this offseason could go.
Yeah,
and until I see what happens with the draft, and like there's been a lot of rumors recently of quarterback sliding. There's been a lot of
yeah, I did see that
about the Bears trading from 1 to 2. The Commanders taking a quarterback at 1. Then the Bears would go MHJ at number 2. There's mixed reports in the Patriots. Then the Cardinals don't need a quarterback. The Chargers don't need a quarterback. So
future Giant Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, so we'll see, man. It's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna have a strictly NFL episode coming out for the Super Bowl and some other stuff to cover. So, little self plug. Thank you, Sam, for the platform.
Speaking of Super Bowl, there's not really any more comments rolling in, so I guess we can wrap it up with this, maybe.
Yeah.
Who's your Super Bowl pick for this year?
I've gone back and forth on this a lot, and I probably regret it, but I think I'm taking the Niners.
Yep, I figured.
I have no confidence in that pick, but I gotta take somebody, and I don't know if Like, I don't think the Niners are going to outsmart themselves like the way the Ravens did last week. Like, if the Ravens kept running the ball, I think they probably win that game. But
Yeah, the Ravens got way too cute last week, and it bit them, which I figured it would because you can only like really hold off Kansas City for too long.
yeah, the one thing I'll say is it's going to be interesting to see KC's tackling versus the Niners yards after catch guys because dude, like Trent McDuffie, L'Jarius Sneed, Nick Bolton, all those guys, like, dude, they can all tackle in space. And I think even beyond like, the Kittle versus Kelsey matchup, not directly, obviously, but like just those two guys being on opposing sidelines. Beyond Mahomes, I think this is going to come down to can Shanahan get guys in enough space to where, they're forcing missed tackles, and if that can happen, I mean, I just don't. I don't love KC's defense against them because I don't think they've faced playmakers like the Niners have.
Yeah, I mean, I think Shanahan, like to your point, will do a really good job of getting McCaffrey and Debo in space because the Kansas City's corners aren't big corners. Justin Reed hits hard. They all like tackle very well, like you said as well. But Debo might just bounce off guys if you get him in enough space. And then McCaffrey with blockers in front of him is as good as anybody in the NFL.
Yeah.
So
yeah, sure.
I just like if the Niners can get some traction going offensively and get in a groove, I just don't see the Chiefs offense keeping up with it.
If I was the Niners, I win the toss, I'm taking the rock.
Full of Green Bay. Why not?
As unpopular as that might be, like I think a big theme in the playoffs has been why would I not want to take the ball? Like the Packers jumped ahead, won the game against the Cowboys, got the ball against the Niners, pushed them to the brink in a lot of ways because they drew first blood.
Yeah.
I think the Chiefs scored first and then the Ravens scored. Either way, that game was close, so kind of a moot point there. But just putting your foot to the gas pedal on a team, just so important. And then you can really dictate, like, if you get the ball with 3 minutes left in the half, you can dictate, okay, we're going to try to run this clock out to where our drive finishes right before the clock ends and you can't double dip, right?
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden you're looking at getting a stop out of halftime and being in total control. So that's where I line up on it. I think conventional wisdom is probably changing more into that direction as, just the value of playing from in front really kind of, makes itself more known. But yeah, there's my football spiel. Anything you want to add on to before we get out of here?
Not really. I mean, just one more time. Just thank God the Knicks got it done tonight.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't a pretty win by any metric. It sucks seeing Brunson get hurt. I guess like third star to get hurt in the last couple of weeks for the Knicks, if you count OG.
Yeah.
But shout out to Dante and the Bigs and Deuce for just getting it done. For anybody who wasn't in here earlier, Con and I were saying, just grab one win before the All-Star break, roll into it, get healthy, and get ready to go after the break, hopefully with another additional piece.
Yeah. I think the next time we see everybody is after the trade deadline. So that'll be fun. We got the trade deadline and the Mavericks on Thursday, I believe.
Yep.
So there'll be a lot to talk about. If there's no trade, we could slander Leon. If there is a trade, we can talk about how we're title contenders. So
yeah. I think Schwinn and Miranda are jumping on YouTube.
Yep.
On Thursday at 1:30 for trade deadline. So be sure to check that out. If they make a trade, awesome. If they don't, I'm sure they'll find something to talk about.
Oh, if they make a trade or if they don't make a trade, we'll have the same amount of stuff to talk about because
exactly. Yeah,
we'll get a game off regardless.
For sure.
All right, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in. For me and Luca, we appreciate you guys, and we'll see you on the next one.
Catch you guys.